the scent of morning coffee drifting through narrow alleys, a distant drum echoing from a temple at dawn, a street vendor's voice weaving through bicycles and laughter. In Vietnam, it's often the quiet moments, small, fleeting, yet vivid, that reveal the soul of a country shaped by centuries of resilience, poetry, and grace. From the emerald folds of mountain ranges in the north to the sun-drenched waters of the south, Vietnam unfolds like a long poem. Each region a stanza with its own rhythm. Cities hum with motion, lanterns sway in the wind, and winding rivers reflect both modern skylines and timeless traditions. Each province, each town, offers a distinct harmony of landscapes, flavors, and voices. Amid ancient citadels and weathered pagodas, time flows slowly. Fishermen cast nets in misty bays. Farmers tread the same paths their ancestors once did, and children chase kites beneath palm trees. The land lives in layers of heritage, of flavor, of craftsmanship, each adding depth to the national tapestry. From rice terraces to coral reefs, highland markets to floating villages, a symphony quietly unfolds. Vietnam is not a single scene, but a sequence of moments waiting to be felt. It welcomes not with grandeur, but with warmth. Through every smile, every sunset, every steaming bowl of pho, every mountain trail. And as you journey through its valleys, coasts, and cities, you don't just visit Vietnam, you carry part of it with you. High in the northern mountains of Vietnam, where the clouds drift low and the air carries the scent of rice and wood smoke, Cang Chai unfolds like a hand-woven tapestry. This remote district in Yên Bái province is famed for its terraced rice fields, vast green steppes carved into steep hillsides by generations of Hmong farmers. Every season brings a different palette, but autumn is when the landscape turns golden and the hills seem to glow from within. From the Cao Pha Pass, one of Vietnam's most dramatic mountain roads, the views sweep across entire valleys shaped by centuries of cultivation. The terraces follow the curves of the land with poetic precision. No line wasted, no step out of place. Villages cling to the hillsides, their wooden houses framed by bamboo groves and fields of maize. Buffalo tread quietly through the paddies, and children run barefoot along narrow earthen trails, laughter echoing through the open hills. Each terrace tells a story, not just of agriculture, but of deep-rooted harmony with nature. Built without modern machines, the rice fields are sustained by water flowing from mountain creeks, guided by hand-dug channels. In harvest season, the hills hum with activity. Sickles gleam in the sun. Rice stalks rustle as they're bundled by hand, and the air is filled with the rhythm of tradition. Local markets come alive with embroidered textiles, forest herbs, and the warmth of mountain smiles. Travelers who venture to Cang Chai come not for luxury, but for connection with the land, with the people, and with a way of life shaped by patience and resilience. Sunrise over the terraces, mist curled at the edges, feels like a moment suspended in time. In this quiet corner of Vietnam, beauty is not built, but cultivated, season after season, step by golden step. Beneath a sky brushed with mist and morning light, Ha Long Bay emerges like a dream, carved from water and stone. This UNESCO World Heritage Site in northern Vietnam is an epic seascape of over 1,600 limestone pillars, scattered like ancient sentinels across the Emerald Bay. Their forms, weathered by wind, sea, and time, rise steeply from the calm waters, sculpting a horizon that looks more imagined than real. Legends say dragons descended from heaven to create this maze of islets, and standing before it, one could believe such myths were true. Cruising through Ha Long is to float through an ever-changing gallery. Each turn reveals a new vista. Towering cliffs, draped in greenery, hidden lagoons encircled by sheer walls, and narrow channels where the light dances on rippling surfaces. The iconic islets, like Trang Mai, with their kissing rocks, or Jiao Go, with its forested peak, each carry their own whispers of folklore. Silent and majestic, they cast long reflections on the water, inviting not noise or speed, but quiet observation. Beyond its legendary silhouettes, the bay is dotted with caverns and grottos that reveal a subterranean world. Sung Sat Cave impresses with vast chambers and glowing rock formations, while Tin Kung seems as if painted by natural light and shadow. These limestone interiors are cool and echoing, their stalactites formed over millennia. Exploring them feels like entering nature's cathedral, a contrast to the sunlit waters just outside. It's in these transitions, from open bays to narrow crevices, that Ha Long reshapes its mood. Life on the bay has long followed the rhythm of water. Floating villages like Qua Van and Ba Hong drift gently on anchored rafts, their homes painted in soft hues and strung with nets, baskets, and memories. Here, children row to floating schools, and fishermen mend nets beneath fluttering clotheslines. These communities, though modern changes reach them, carry echoes of a life built entirely on the tide. Visiting them offers perspective on how people adapt to the sea, becoming part of it rather than merely living beside it. Ha Long's allure also lies in its serenity. From sunrise cruises, where golden light kisses the peaks, to twilight, when the bay turns silver and silent, every hour carries a distinct palette. Kayakers glide past forested walls, photographers await mist-draped moments, and swimmers drift in quiet coves. Some seek adrenaline on rock climbs or deep water dives. Others find stillness watching the horizon from a sun deck. No matter the pace, the bay returns a quieting calm with each ripple of the oar. Even as marinas grow and tourism evolves, the essence of Ha Long remains anchored in wonder. It's a place where geology meets mythology, where water and stone perform an eternal duet. Long after the journey ends, one carries away the hush of waves against hulls and silhouettes of dragon-shaped peaks melting into dusk. In Ha Long, beauty doesn't call out. It simply surrounds you, waiting to be felt. The rhythm of Vietnam changes in Da Nang. Wedged between mountains and sea, this city hums with both energy and calm, where early morning sunrises cast golden light over beaches and evenings drift into the scent of street food and sea breeze. It's a place where travelers find transition between tradition and progress, coastline and highlands, silence and celebration. Every corner of Da Nang offers something distinct, yet everything feels unmistakably connected. From sunrise surf to late-night markets, the city reveals itself in layers, subtle, colorful, alive. Mai Kay Beach stretches like a ribbon of silver beside the East Sea, its waves rolling in soft patterns as locals practice Tai Chi or cast nets at dawn. A little farther, the Marble Mountains rise like ancient sentinels, their caves echoing with incense and distant chants. Climb the steps, and you'll see a panorama where sea, forest, and sky converge. A landscape shaped by both myth and time. Inside the grottos, sunlight cuts through stone, illuminating Buddha statues with a soft glow, deepening the sense of stillness and awe. Downtown, Da Nang buzzes with youthful spirit, bridges span the Han River like threads of light, each with its own flair. The Dragon Bridge breathes fire into the night air, while the Han River Bridge rotates like clockwork, a symbol of precision in a city in motion. Streets brim with fusion cafes, food stalls, and modern buildings. Laughter echoes from students on scooters, from markets full of woven hats and fresh herbs. New and old live side by side, from tech hubs to pagodas, each adding their voice to the city's melody. Bana Hills brings another layer of wonder. Above the clouds, the golden bridge held by massive stone hands floats like something out of legend. French colonial facades meet alpine gardens, while cable cars soar over deep valleys. It's part theme park, part dreamscape, all casting Da Nang in a surreal and elevated light. The air cools as you ascend, and laughter echoes across the hilltops, where performance artists and musicians fill the courtyards with color and movement. But Da Nang's essence is just as strong in quieter places. The scent of mikwang and banzio from open kitchens, the calm of sunset on Sontra Peninsula, or the rhythm of fishing boats near To Quang Port. Evenings here slow down, not from fatigue, but from a shared desire to savor the moment. Nature trails through forested hills, small shrines tucked between rocks, and the orange glow of lanterns over the Han all offer glimpses into a city that values stillness as much as momentum. Da Nang doesn't chase attention, it simply welcomes it. With landscapes that shift from cliffs to sea, and a culture both grounded and vibrant, this city remains one of Vietnam's most inspiring coastal destinations, where every sunrise renews the call to wander, and every path leads somewhere worth remembering. Between soaring limestone cliffs and winding emerald waterways lies Trang An, a landscape where time seems to flow as slowly as the river itself. Tucked within Ninh Binh province, this UNESCO World Heritage Site merges dramatic karst formations with a network of caves and valleys that form one of Vietnam's most enchanting natural complexes. It's a region where nature, history, and spiritual reverence blend into a living canvas shaped over millennia. A journey through Trang, and often begins aboard a small rowboat, gliding silently through glassy channels hemmed by steep cliffs and dense foliage. The rhythm of paddles echoes against stone as the boat slips through low-slung cave passages, revealing hidden grottos and still chambers. Light filters through narrow cave mouths, dancing on the water's surface. Each bend unveils new layers of the landscape, towering peaks, water lilies in bloom, and limestone towers mirrored perfectly below. The scenery carries both drama and stillness, inviting reflection with every stroke. Temples and ancient traces rise gently from the greenery, harmonizing with the sacred terrain. The Trine Temple, Jen Sui Tien, and Jen Tran guard their stories beneath mossy eaves and weathered stone. These spiritual spaces are not grand in scale, but rich in meaning. Where locals still light incense, whisper prayers, and carry forward centuries of belief. Some shrines perch halfway up cliffs, others tucked deep into grottos, always half hidden, always peaceful. The quiet reverence they command is amplified by the hush of the surrounding forest. What sets Trang An apart is its seamless fusion of water, stone, and history. Beyond its breathtaking beauty lies a deeper narrative of Vietnamese kings who once found refuge here, of myths whispered through generations, and of a terrain shaped as much by legend as by erosion. As the sun begins to descend, the river glows with golden hues. Cliffs stretch long shadows across the valley, and the stillness feels sacred. In this labyrinth of waterways and temples, Trang An offers a kind of beauty that doesn't merely impress, it endures. Sunlight glints off the turquoise waves as they gently roll onto the white shores of Nha Trang, Vietnam's beloved coastal gem. With a skyline of tall palms, distant islets, and a sweeping bay, the city is a balance of tropical serenity and vibrant energy. From sunrise boat rides to sunset walks along the sand, Nha Trang's rhythm flows with the tides and the sea breeze, creating a soothing cadence for travelers to fall into. Beyond the beach, its allure deepens. Po Nagar Chom towers rise above the riverbanks, their ancient bricks etched with time and belief. Nearby, the scent of incense lingers as locals pray beneath banyan trees. The Long Sun Pagoda, crowned by its massive white Buddha, offers a peaceful vantage point to take in the city's contrast of history and modernity. These spiritual sites give depth to a town known not only for its beauty, but its enduring soul that continues to inspire awe and reflection. Life pulses at the city's heart. At night, markets glowing with lanterns, in street food stalls serving sizzling seafood, and in the laughter echoing from beachfront cafes. Visitors drift between rooftop bars and quiet temples, between coral diving adventures and spa retreats. The Han Moon Marine Protected Area draws divers with its rich aquatic life, while Vin Wonders Amusement Park on Han Tre Island offers family fun amid ocean views and panoramic rides that overlook the sea horizon. In Nha Trang, the days are warm, the sea inviting, and every moment feels gently magnified by the coastal light. Whether you're sipping coconut water under the shade of a palm, soaking in mud baths, or simply watching the horizon change hue, the city offers a refreshing kind of escape, a meeting point between nature and human joy, where every breeze carries a whisper of discovery. Dunes the color of cinnamon, fishing boats dotting the sea like confetti, and a dry breeze that hums across the coast. Mui Ne feels like Vietnam's desert dreamscape. Set along the southeastern shore in Binh Thuan province, this beach town merges natural spectacle with a relaxed rhythm. Though once a quiet fishing village, Mui Ne has transformed into a coastal retreat known for its sun-drenched charm and windswept beauty. The red and white sand dunes are Mui Ne's most iconic scenes. Rolling hills sculpted by wind and time, changing hues as the light shifts through the day. Visitors come at sunrise to watch golden light spill across the sand, casting long shadows and soft contours. Children slide down the slopes on plastic sleds, while photographers chase silhouettes against the sky. Just beyond, the ferry stream offers a different contrast. Its ankle-deep waters run through a narrow canyon, flanked by clay cliffs and tropical greenery. Along the coast, a different life unfolds. Dozens of round basket boats bob gently on the water, part of a daily fishing routine passed through generations. At the harbor, the morning market buzzes with energy. Crates of fresh squid, mackerel, and crab change hands before breakfast. Close by, fish sauce factories release a pungent perfume that's unmistakably tied to local culture. The air tastes of salt and tradition, anchoring Mui Ne's heritage even as resorts and surf shops rise along the shoreline. Thanks to steady coastal winds, Mui Ne has become a hub for wind and kite surfing. Dozens of colorful kites dot the sky each afternoon, dancing above the sea as thrill seekers skim the waves. Surf schools and casual beachfront cafes line the long stretch of Nguyen Dinh Chu Street, where palm trees cast shade on hammocks, smoothie bars, and seafood grills. The vibe is easygoing yet electric, a blend of adventure and calm that suits both backpackers and quiet travelers alike. What sets Mui Ne apart is how it balances vivid contrasts, red dunes and blue waters, quiet lanes and energetic surf, old traditions and modern escape. It's a place where the elements are always in motion. Wind shaping sand, tides carrying boats, and sunlight painting the land with new colors each day. In this coastal corner of Vietnam, nature doesn't just surround you, it moves with you, from dawn to dusk, from sea to sky. At the heart of northern Vietnam lies a city where centuries-old pagodas share the streets with French colonial facades, and lakes reflect the rhythms of both past and present. Hanoi is not just a capital, it's a canvas of contrasts where every neighborhood tells a different story and every alley whispers echoes of time. From the morning call of vendors to the evening glow on Hoi An Lake, the city breathes with a quiet vibrancy that pulses beneath its tree-lined boulevards. The Old Quarter is a living labyrinth. Within its narrow streets, motorbikes weave past steaming pots of pho and storefronts selling silk, spices, and hand-painted lanterns. Each street once specialized in a single craft: silver on hang bak, paper on hang ma. And though the trades have blended over time, the sense of tradition lingers in the scent of incense and the chime of temple bells. Exploring here means stepping into Hanoi's oldest soul, where history lives in the rhythm of everyday life. A short walk brings visitors to Hoi An Lake, where early risers gather for Tai Chi beneath weeping trees, and the Turtle Tower sits still at its center. Across the Scarlet Bridge, Ngak Sun Temple invites reflection among red columns and jade water. It's a space both spiritual and social, where quiet moments unfold between conversations, prayers, and photographs. As the city awakens, this tranquil pocket becomes a symbol of Hanoi's enduring harmony. Beyond the lakes and lanes lies a city of intellectual and political heritage. The Temple of Literature, Vietnam's first national university, echoes with the footsteps of scholars and the scent of stone and old wood. Nearby, the Ho Chi Minh Mausoleum stands in solemn respect, watched over by guards and lotus ponds. These landmarks connect visitors to the ideals that shaped a nation, all within walking distance of tree-shaded avenues and colonial villas that recall another chapter in Hanoi's layered history. Art and culture spill from every corner. The Thang Long Water Puppet Theater revives ancient storytelling with splashing puppets and live music, while galleries, like the Vietnam Fine Arts Museum, showcase lacquer, silk, and contemporary works side by side. In Hanoi, creativity thrives not just in institutions, but on the sidewalks, where murals color old walls and students sketch beside street performers, finding inspiration in daily motion. And then, of course, there is the food. Street-side grills sizzle with bun cha. Vendors fold bangkuan beside clouds of steam. And egg coffee is served rich and creamy in tucked-away cafes. Each dish reveals layers of history, geography, and personality. In Hanoi, meals are more than nourishment. They are rituals of connection, shared between friends, families, and curious travelers. Like the city itself, they are intricate, rooted, and unforgettable. A gentle stillness wraps around Hue, where the perfume river glides like silk through a city once crowned with imperial dignity. At dawn, mists rise, and the air carries whispers of a storied past, of emperors, scholars, and rituals woven deep into the soul of central Vietnam. Here, time slows not from age, but from reverence, allowing moments to stretch across bridges and beneath tiled rooftops, where every breath feels steeped in memory. The charm of Hue is not loud or showy. It lingers, like the echo of a distant drum or the brush of wind through cypress trees. This quiet poetry is what makes the city unforgettable, long after one leaves. The imperial city remains the proud heart of Hue. Its mossy gates and weathered citadels tell tales of dynastic grandeur, of courtyards where mandarins once walked beneath frangipani blossoms. Inside, red lacquered halls and ancient stone paths preserve the rhythm of ceremonies past. Pagodas rise behind defensive walls, and lotus ponds mirror the sky. As visitors wander past the Noon Gate or the 9 dynastic urns, they step into an atmosphere where architecture and tradition speak softly, yet profoundly. Everything here is shaped by balance, between beauty and power, between earth and sky, between memory and myth. Beyond the fortress walls, emperors rest in eternal elegance. The tomb of Minh Mang is a vision of balance and grace, its bridges and temples aligned with celestial symbols. In contrast, Kai Jin's tomb gleams with glass mosaics and French flourishes, bold and unapologetically ornate. Surrounded by pine forests, rolling hills, and quiet streams, these royal resting places evoke more than memory. They inspire reflection on impermanence and the artistry of legacy. To walk these sacred grounds is to witness a conversation between nature and architecture, spirit and stone, vision and stillness. And still, Hue lives on in its daily rituals. At Tien Mu Pagoda, the scent of incense drifts past chanting monks and bonsai trees, while gongs echo softly over the water. Nearby, bowls of bun bo hui bubble over glowing coals, and ban bao is served like delicate offerings on ceramic plates. Local markets brim with herbs, textiles, and the hum of everyday life, while lanterns flicker along the riverbanks at dusk. Between the shadows of the past and the rhythms of the present, Hue continues to breathe with grace in every melody, gesture, flavor, and fading footstep. Veiled in morning mist and cradled by the Hoang Lien San Mountains, Sapa rests quietly in Vietnam's northern highlands. Here, the landscape shifts with the light. Steep terraces carved by generations, valleys cloaked in clouds, and peaks that stretch into silence. Each breeze carries the scent of pine, the warmth of wood smoke, and the whispers of ancient hill paths winding through the hills. At the heart of Sapa's charm are its terraced rice fields, shimmering green in summer, golden in autumn, and resting in mirror-like pools after the harvest. From the slopes of Mong Hoa Valley to the shadows of Mount Fansipan, nature here breathes in rhythm with the seasons. Water buffalo graze lazily, and village trails open to vistas where the sky meets the mountains. Cultural richness flows through every market and hamlet. Hmong, Red Dao, and Tay communities bring vivid color to daily life with their embroidered garments, handmade crafts, and melodic languages. Early morning markets bloom with baskets of herbs, textiles, and smiles exchanged beneath conical hats. Life in Sapa hums with quiet dignity and deep-rooted tradition. As dusk falls, the town glows gently, wooden lodges lit by lanterns, the echo of folk music in the cool air, and clouds settling like blankets over the hills. Whether trekking through misty trails or sipping tea with mountain views, Sapa reveals itself in slow, poetic layers, a place of soul, silence, and highland wonder. Nestled in the cool embrace of Vietnam's Central Highlands, Da Lat whispers a different rhythm, gentle, fragrant, and steeped in romance. Often referred to as the City of Eternal Spring, it greets visitors with pine-scented breezes, misty mornings, and hillsides adorned with hydrangeas and roses. The city's charm lies not in grandeur, but in the way it slows time, inviting you to pause, breathe deeply, and simply feel. With each breath, Da Lat feels less like a destination and more like a memory coming to life. From the still surface of Xuan Huang Lake to the colorful lanes of the flower park, Da Lat exudes a poetic calm. Couples cycle past swan boats while vendors sell bouquets fresh from nearby fields. The Valley of Love and Dreaming Hill weave through forests and flowers, crafting a dreamscape where every trail feels like a personal journey. And when the morning sun filters through drifting fog, the city glows with a kind of quiet enchantment, as if nature itself slows to match the rhythm of a gentle heart. Thanks to its altitude, Da Lat enjoys a temperate climate year-round, a rarity in Vietnam. Rolling hills bloom in layers, lilies in one greenhouse, strawberries in another, and lavender fields brushing the sky. The city's farms and markets are deeply tied to the land, producing vibrant colors and flavors that shape its rhythm of life. Even the air tastes fresh, like it's been steeped in dew and pine. Tea plantations and coffee trees sway in the wind, adding texture to the hills as they ripple toward the horizon. Echoes of a colonial past linger in the architecture. The French-built Da Lat railway station, pastel-colored villas, and elegant hotels that recall an era of refinement and afternoon tea. Mixed in are pagodas hidden among pines, Truc Lam Zen, monastery reflected on the surface of Tu Yen Lam Lake, and hilltop churches with stained glass catching the light. Each structure tells a piece of Da Lat's layered story, where east meets west and time never rushes. As the day cools, Da Lat's night market flickers to life. Grilled corn, sizzling meats, warm soy milk, and Ban Trang Nuong, Vietnamese pizza, are sold beside wool scarves and flower seeds. Cafes glow amber under hanging lights, their terraces catching mountain air and quiet laughter. And amid it all, coffee brews slowly in tin fin filters, a ritual of waiting that matches the city's soul. Every street corner seems to offer a melody of comfort, warmth, and calm reflection. Da Lat offers no noise, no hurry, no towering skyline. Its gifts are quieter: a mossy path beside a creek, the call of birds in a silent forest, a flower petal drifting in a cup of tea. These are the details that remain long after the journey ends. The memory of stillness, the feeling of clarity, and the sense of being gently held by a place that asks for nothing but your presence. At the heart of northern Vietnam lies a city where centuries-old pagodas share the streets with French colonial facades, and lakes reflect the rhythms of both past and present. Hanoi is not just a capital, it's a canvas of contrasts where every neighborhood tells a different story and every alley whispers echoes of time. From the morning call of vendors to the evening glow on Hoi An Lake, the city breathes with a quiet vibrancy that pulses beneath its tree-lined boulevards. The Old Quarter is a living labyrinth. Within its narrow streets, motorbikes weave past steaming pots of pho and storefronts selling silk, spices, and hand-painted lanterns. Each street once specialized in a single craft: silver on hangbak, paper on hangma. And though the trades have blended over time, the sense of tradition lingers in the scent of incense and the chime of temple bells. Exploring here means stepping into Hanoi's oldest soul, where history lives in the rhythm of everyday life. A short walk brings visitors to Hoan Kim Lake, where early risers gather for Tai Chi beneath weeping trees, and the Turtle Tower sits still at its center. Across the Scarlet Bridge, Ngak Sun Temple invites reflection among red columns and jade water. It's a space both spiritual and social, where quiet moments unfold between conversations, prayers, and photographs. As the city awakens, this tranquil pocket becomes a symbol of Hanoi's enduring harmony. Beyond the lakes and lanes lies a city of intellectual and political heritage. The Temple of Literature, Vietnam's first national university, echoes with the footsteps of scholars and the scent of stone and old wood. Nearby, the Ho Chi Minh Mausoleum stands in solemn respect, watched over by guards and lotus ponds. These landmarks connect visitors to the ideals that shaped a nation, all within walking distance of tree-shaded avenues and colonial villas that recall another chapter in Hanoi's layered history. Art and culture spill from every corner. The Thang Long Water Puppet Theater revives ancient storytelling with splashing puppets and live music, while galleries, like the Vietnam Fine Arts Museum, showcase lacquer, silk, and contemporary works side by side. In Hanoi, creativity thrives not just in institutions, but on the sidewalks, where murals color old walls and students sketch beside street performers, finding inspiration in daily motion. And then, of course, there is the food. Street-side grills sizzle with bun cha. Vendors fold banh quan beside clouds of steam, and egg coffee is served rich and creamy in tucked-away cafes. Each dish reveals layers of history, geography, and personality. In Hanoi, meals are more than nourishment. They are rituals of connection, shared between friends, families, and curious travelers. Like the city itself, they are intricate, rooted, and unforgettable. The hum of 1,000 motorbikes, the golden glow of streetlights reflecting on cafe windows, the scent of sizzling street food. Ho Chi Minh City is alive with movement. Formerly known as Saigon, this southern metropolis is Vietnam's economic heartbeat. Yet beneath its high-rise skyline lies a spirit shaped by history, resilience, and boundless energy. It's a city where every corner brims with momentum, and every moment pulses with intent. From sidewalk vendors to skyscrapers, everything seems to move with purpose, forging a harmony between old values and new dreams. Start at the Notre Dame Cathedral Basilica. Its red bricks and twin towers echoing French colonial elegance. Then wander to the Central Post Office, where vaulted ceilings and antique maps recall a more measured age. Yet just steps away, Ben Thanh Market teems with life. Vendors calling out prices, spices wafting through the air, stalls of silks and souvenirs offering a sensory overload. Saigon's street food stalls serve everything from banh mi and hu tu to che and grilled bananas. This contrast between poised heritage and present-day hustle is what gives the city its distinctive rhythm. Each turn of a street presents a fusion of architecture, aroma, and ambiance. Beyond the center, Cho Lan, Saigon's Chinatown, offers a mosaic of temples, herbal shops, and lantern-lit alleyways. Meanwhile, the War Remnants Museum and Independence Palace speak to the city's turbulent past, prompting reflection amid progress. Still, the energy never fades. Rooftop bars overlook neon-lit avenues. Riverside cafes spill laughter into the night. And parks fill with locals, dancing, jogging, and gathering as the sun slips behind glass towers. A ride along the Saigon River unveils another perspective, one where water mirrors the city's ever-changing skyline. What leaves the deepest impression, however, is the spirit of its people. From the entrepreneurial buzz of street vendors to the quiet resilience found in alley cafes, the city beats with ambition and warmth. In Ho Chi Minh City, tradition and innovation walk side by side, crafting a skyline where the past lingers in the shadows of the future. And within that dynamic contrast lies the essence of this ever-evolving Southern star. Lanterns sway gently in the breeze, rooftops bathed in golden light, and the hush of footsteps echoing on stone streets. Hoi An feels like a poem made real. Resting beside the Thu Bon River in central Vietnam, this ancient town draws travelers into a world where time slows and every detail invites admiration. Its ochre-washed facades, timber beams, and riverside calm blend together in a symphony of stillness. Here, history lingers not in ruins, but in rhythms that continue quietly, gracefully, day after day. Once a bustling trade port from the 15th to 19th century, Hoi An welcomed Japanese, Chinese, Indian, and European merchants. Their legacies live on in the architecture: timber shop houses with carved balconies, Chinese temples with curling dragon roofs, and the Japanese covered bridge with its stone guardian dogs. Walking through the old town feels like wandering through a centuries-old storybook. Streets unfold like parchment, each corner revealing a cultural brushstroke, a whisper of old conversations, a fragment of distant lands now rooted in Vietnamese soil. As dusk approaches, Hoi An transforms into a living lantern. The town glows with soft light, silk lanterns shimmering above alleys and across river bridges. Boats drift on the Thu Bon River, carrying candles that flicker like prayers across water. This twilight ritual enchants without spectacle. Music drifts from balconies, laughter rises from tiny cafes, and the town breathes in harmony with the flow of the river. In this golden hour, time ceases to hurry. The night arrives not with noise, but with light and grace. The mornings are just as vivid. Street vendors assemble pyramids of dragon fruit and mangosteen, while the scent of herbs and grilled rice paper fills the air. Tailors snip fabric with precision, crafting custom ao dai and suits within hours. Culinary gems lie everywhere. Crispy cow lao noodles steeped in tradition, savory mi quang, fragrant banh mi, and dark velvety Vietnamese coffee. Even the food seems woven with heritage, each flavor layered with memory, carrying the spirit of Hoi An from kitchen to table. Beyond the historic town, a peaceful countryside stretches outward. Lush rice fields, meandering canals, and coconut forests where fishermen paddle basket boats. Villages nearby hum with craftwork, silk dyeing, pottery, lantern making. Bicycling to Bang Beach reveals scenes of daily life unshaken by time. A farmer guiding buffalo, children laughing under tamarind trees, the sea wind brushing through palms. Hoi An's charm lies not just in preservation, but in living traditions that thrive quietly on the town's edges. Hoi An does not seek to impress with grandeur. Instead, it offers presence, felt in lantern light, in the sound of footsteps across ancient tiles, in the still water reflecting dreams. Its beauty lies in softness, in how it welcomes without demanding. A place where stories are whispered, not shouted, and time is held gently between the river and the sea. For those who walk slowly and listen deeply, Hoi An becomes more than a destination. It becomes a memory that lingers like the last glow of twilight. Off the southwestern coast of Vietnam lies Phu Quoc, a tropical island draped in emerald forests, golden beaches, and warm, crystalline waters. Often called the Pearl Island, this destination sparkles not only for its natural charm, but for the serenity it offers every visitor. As dawn breaks over the Gulf of Thailand, fishing boats glide across a sea of glass, and palm silhouettes stretch lazily over untouched sands. The hum of waves, the scent of salt in the air, and rustling leaves create a harmony that stirs the senses from the first light. Phu Quoc's coastline offers a mosaic of experiences. Long Beach unfolds with a gentle curve, perfect for evening strolls bathed in orange light. Sao Beach, with its powdery white sand and swaying coconut palms, feels like a postcard come to life. Hidden coves and snorkel-perfect coral reefs dot the shoreline, while the waters shimmer in shades of blue and green. Remote shores like Reich Vem bring peaceful encounters with starfish and silence, a quiet reminder of nature's grace. Inland, nature thrives with quiet majesty. Phu Quoc National Park covers much of the island, home to dense jungles, rare birds, and silent trails leading to streams and shaded glades. The Soi Tran waterfall flows through mossy boulders, creating a serene hideaway under the canopy. Evenings in the forest carry the hush of cicadas and the scent of greenery, offering contrast to the sea's breeze. These forest paths unveil scenes untouched by time and echo with the sounds of tropical life. History and culture enrich the island's story. The Khoi Nguyen Museum shares tales of island life through artifacts, while temples stand quietly beneath banyan trees. At Phu Quoc Prison, visitors confront a darker past, walking through preserved cells and exhibits recalling wartime hardships. Traditional fishing villages still cling to age-old rhythms, their wooden stilt houses weathered by sea wind and memory. These moments reveal the island's layered soul beyond the postcard beauty. Modern touches add a vibrant pulse. Night markets glow with lanterns and laughter, where the scent of grilled squid and fish sauce fills the air. Local pepper farms and pearl workshops welcome the curious, while beach resorts offer infinity pools with endless views. The world's longest oversea cable car leads to Han Tom Island, where sweeping panoramas reward the adventurous. Wellness spas and eco-retreats line the coast, blending comfort with the calm of tropical life. Phu Quoc is more than a beach escape. It's a living mosaic of sea, forest, and heritage. From sunlit shores to dinners by the sea, every moment feels suspended in stillness and light. Time doesn't just slow, it deepens, inviting travelers to stay a little longer. In the quiet, the waves whisper stories, and long after you leave, the island's calm remains.